Keeps me out of prison.
That's the only thing?
Yes.
Really?
I am not a tall man. I am not a big guy. I would be someone's bitch in prison.
Why the fuck would you want to go to prison anyways? Why would you?
I didn't say that.
I'm just saying. No, but you. I don't understand what you're
motivates
saying.
me.
That's the motivation to keep you from going to prison.
American me scared the hell out of me.
Oh shit! Yeah, that was graphic. I'd forgotten all about that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Stuff of my nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. That's not the reason why I would not be in prison. I value my freedom. I don't like people telling me where to go and what to do.
Well, that too.
Yeah. I mean, within reason. I'm all for following, things put in place for our safety, but I don't want to be confined to one room and be told, at what time of the day I'm going to be doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's interesting. I mean, I think these are questions that when you get married, you should ask somebody. My little piece of advice, marital advice for the episode. Get to know what
surprises. Come on.
Get to know why your spouse would not want to go to prison. As I was saying, I'm pretty sure the guy was mentally ill. And I don't say that's an excuse. It's not. Because the punishment in this case fits the crime.
Yeah.
You have taken away somebody's life and you freely admit that you did that, and you did it because you built yourself up by doing it. In this, he claims that he has become a god because he has weighed life and death in his hands. No, you're not God. You don't have any right to decide who lives and dies.
Yeah. And
it screams to me sociopath, basically, which I'm going to say is a mental illness. You're mentally ill when you're a sociopath. But I mean, I would say that about both of these guys. The one can't even admit that he did anything. And then the other one,
child. 17 years old. He's not going to admit to it.
No, but I mean, you think about it, that was 1997. It's been over 10 years. He wasn't convicted until 2000, so it's been 20 years, and he still won't admit that he did anything.
Yeah.
At this point, it doesn't change the outcome. You're where you are going to be for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Regardless. I wonder why it is that this type of thing happens. Where is it in your childhood or your adolescence that you start these pathways of thinking? That's where I really, and that's where you can't, one of the articles that I read was like, oh, the goth scene and the role playing and the Dungeons and Dragons. And that's not it. It might be an outlet, and it might, based on their frame of mind, it might give them more ideas than they would have if they weren't into those things. But that's not the reason why this shit happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder where it is these young teenagers, is it because they have undiagnosed mental illness? How do you get to the point where you're okay with killing somebody? You barely lived your life. Mm-hmm. Why are you okay doing this? And you think that you have the right to judge who lives and dies?
Yeah, I don't. That's a tough one because, like, even myself growing up, I played Dungeons and Dragons. I didn't. To be honest, it was quite boring to me, so I only played a couple times. I mean, it's not something that I would think would lead you to that. I don't know.
See, growing up in my household, Dungeons and Dragons was considered satanic.
It was the devil.
It was. I remember when the cartoon was on Saturday mornings, and my mom would come out and be like, we can't watch that. You're not going to watch that.
I don't even remember that.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, because I would want to watch it.
The cartoon.
Who doesn't want to watch a cartoon with dragons? I mean, I don't know. I remember not understanding why she was so like up in arms about it. Mm-hmm. And that was because at that time, Christianity said this is satanic.
It's of the devil.
It was of the devil. And, you know, we just weren't going to watch that in our household. Just like the Care Bears. The Care Bears were not acceptable because there was that one movie where the kids were possessed or something and they did the Care Bear stare.
Sweet.
Yeah. And everybody put their energy together and their good vibes healed the kids or
witchcraft.
Something.
Burn them. Burn them at the stake.
It's kind of, yeah. It was just kind of a, you know, growing up in the 80s was interesting.
Yeah, it was.
I guess. There were a lot of, you know, the Satanic Panic, all of that craziness. It was just, it was hype.
I mean, I think that's when everyone embraced, like, media.
Yeah.
Like MTV came out, you know,
right.
We had never watched music videos before. I mean, there was, you know, everyone embraced media.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's even when the televangelist came out. I mean,
oh my God.
We consumed so much media in the 80s, and I think that was the medium for us. I think that's just where everyone, I mean, it was the whole mentality. Like, media was it. Like,
yeah. It was subliminal. It was very subliminal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But I do think that probably put a lot into people's minds of, you know, a panic almost of there's too much going on. I don't have control over what my children are saying and doing anymore because it's everywhere. You know, these weird things that they're getting into, I don't understand them. And all the information that I'm getting about it is that it's evil. It's horrible. It's going to turn them into, you know, Satanists.
Yeah.
And I think that led to a lot of kids just completely revolting.
Yeah, rebelling against their parents or just the, you know, counterculture.
Right. You know, they didn't understand.
The 80s was like that too.
Yeah. Oh, very much.
Punk rock.
Yeah, punk rock was God when Billy Idol came on the TV. I remember my grandma going, "Why is he wearing eyeliner?" Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's different times but then I think today a lot of that lingers on. Doesn't matter how educated people are. You put something on social media and they think it's true. Nobody checks the facts. Nobody looks at what's really going on. Half the time you don't even know if you can trust what the media puts out there. I could say that every generation has some sort of, I guess, this gap where the, you know, younger generation thinks that the older generation just doesn't understand. And there are these very huge differences of what people accept as right and wrong. I don't know. But in these cases, you know, where teenagers are committing murders, I just wonder what is it that's, you know, that spark of that thought of, well, shit's not right. Let me kill somebody. Where does that even come from?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it keeps me up at night.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. No, I mean, you'd be a millionaire. You could figure that out.
Yeah, I mean, by no means are we professionals. These are just the questions that, you know, I would like to have more understanding. Sociology, psychology is fascinating to me because I do believe that you can pinpoint things in people's behavior that lead to explaining why they do things. Why are things habits? Why do people have trains of thoughts that lead them to do crimes like this? I do believe that there are ways that we can look at that, but it also becomes almost an infringement on somebody's privacy when you start asking people these questions. How much do we deserve to know about, you know, the inside workings of somebody's life if they haven't committed a crime?
Yeah.
Obviously, if they've committed crimes, then we ask these questions. But, you know, just Joe Blow off the street, you're not going to ask him if he hasn't committed a crime. Who's going to sit down and discuss, have you ever thought about killing somebody? Nobody's signing up for those trials.
Sure.
For those.
Sure, Google has one.
Whatever. I'm not going to partake in it.
Come on.
I am not going to partake in a focus group like that. And I don't think anybody else would either, because you don't want anybody to, here I am sitting researching true crime and murders. God only knows what Google thinks of me. And I in no way want to commit any of these murders or crimes.
There'll be plenty of evidence against you.
There would be. That's the thing. I could be implicated in murder.
Yeah.
At some point in my life, and they'd have to go back and look at my Google history because I'm researching weird shit.
Dibs. I got the movie rights to that.
I'm not committing any murders.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the Bellvue murders. I don't know what it is about this fucking town, but they have a really nice Trader Joe's, but I will not be back. I'm not a fan.
Oh, come on.
No.
You let a couple murders of families deter you.
Yeah, I kind of am.
Okay.
Yeah. They were committed a long time ago, but then again, too, why are they so close? That really kills me. These are years apart, and the similarities between the two cases, between the Maffei family and the Wilson family murders, it's kind of crazy to me. I really was expecting for something that I read to come up and say, and just like this had happened in previous years, the similarities are shocking. And was this a copycat crime?
Yeah.
Didn't see it anywhere. Yeah, that's them. Kids that kill. And there we go.
Awesome.
Sleep well, everybody.
Yay.
Lock your doors. Make sure you lock your doors. These people got in by the back patio door that was obviously unlocked. Lock your fucking doors and stay out of the goddamn woods.
Yes.
Yes. We'll end it on that, I guess. As always, thank you for joining us. And please let us know how we're doing. Get in touch with us. We got the website. We got the social medias. And take care.
Bye.
Bye.